Thanks for tuning in for this essential RC flight test, and today we are looking at the Volantex Ranger from our friends at gearbest.com. This model is great for two things. Firstly, it's great for beginners. It has ailerons, so you've got full control of the model. It's made of EPO foam, so it's very durable and resilient, and it's also 1.4 meter wingspan, so it's big, it's going to float around, and it's going to be good for all different types of weather conditions. Second, it's going to be great for FPV flying, and why is that? That is because the propeller and the motor is at the back pushing the model along, rather than at the front. If it was at the front and you had the camera on the front, as you would if you're flying FPV, then it would obscure the camera and your view if you're wearing FPV goggles. So let's not hang around, let's take it out of the box and see what we get. Okay, so first of all we've got the radio, which looks quite compact and neat. The two joysticks, you've got trim switches. We'll have to work out what these switches are for, if anything. And then looks like you can reverse each of the channels as you need to, if you need them to work in the opposite way. And the on-off switch. The fuselage. So we've got the receiver in place already and the motor in place. Connections for the elevator and rudder servos from the receiver. So the canopy is held on by a clip at the front. The lead from the speed controller to the battery. There's a bit of Velcro at the front, I would assume, to hold our battery in place. We've got the wings. We've got some wood reinforcement, some spars on the wing to give them some rigidity. The servos are in place, so you can just plug those into the receiver, and we'll need to put on the horns, screw those into the aileron and put the servo arms in place and link them up. So there are two wing halves, and there is a joiner that goes into each wing half. The rudder, which already has the horn installed, and the elevator, which doesn't, so we'll just need to screw that in place. It looks like you get the charger and the flight battery as well. 11.1 volts, that's 3 cells and 1800 milliamps, so quite a big battery, going to give us quite a bit of flight time, I suspect. You also get the bag of hardware, so you get wheels and the propeller and screws and all the other bits and pieces that we'll need to put it together. Some stickers or transfers so that we can make it look pretty, and of course the instructions as well, so we can find out how to put it together. Okay, so let's crack on with that now. We're going to put it together and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's build complete of the Volantex Ranger. Really simple. All you have to do is follow the instructions. You can't go far wrong. A couple of important points. It's important to use these plastic keepers on each of the control rods to make sure these clevises stay closed, and the orientation of this has to be exactly right for these screws to go into their fittings inside the fuselage. Get it the wrong way around and they won't line up. So but everything else is really straightforward. Putting the model together takes about half an hour, and it's the more time-consuming bit is putting on these decals or stickers. Just takes another half an hour, 3/4 of an hour if you want to do that. But it's worth it because it makes the model look quite good. So The other important thing is the centre of gravity, or the balance point of the model, which is 7 centimetres back from the leading edge of the wing. Now what they do give you is this chunk of metal to insert in the nose, and use that unless you're going to do as I've done, which is to put a camera inside the nose. So what you can see there is my Run Cam 2, and I've carved out a bit of foam in the nose so that that pokes through the hole, and that is enough weight combined with the flight battery, if you put that sideways in like that, to get that balance point of 7 centimetres on for the centre of gravity to be correct. So the Run Cam 2 that I'm using there in the nose is also available from gearbest.com, so please look that up. What I've done, I've used my iPad to make sure it's all lined up. You see my hand there, and it's not obscured by anything. So we're going to go down the field now and fly this Ranger for the first time. Okay, so we're down the field. We're going to fly the Ranger for the first time. So we turn the radio on.
And where's the Ranger from, Dom?
The Ranger is from gearbest.com.
Nice.
Lovely people who send me these models for review. So we plug in the LiPo.
What's the capacity of the LiPo, Dom?
The capacity,
yeah.
It's a 3-cell 1800 milliamp.
Alright. And you got a camera mounted in there, have you?
Yeah, so I've got the Run Cam 2 in here. And turn that on.
But it could be used for an FPV setup.
Could be, yeah. And as you noted, you could put, what did you say you could put on the back here? There's a little bit of flat bit of foam,
video,
so you could put the
video transmitter, and it's got a hole for the cables to run to the front and stay nice and cool behind the prop.
True FPV and wear goggles, that's probably the way you'd do it. So we're recording. Oh. Okay.
We'll edit that out. Oh,
Edit.
That's the field rather than the plane, isn't it? Yeah. I think it'll go away fine. Yeah. It's very. Get it trimmed out. Okay. You got it trimmed out now, flying alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's a bit windy today for it. That did. That was unfortunate with the wind, Tom. Just a bit blowy for it today, fortunately. Get some FPV gear on there, white it down a bit.
I mean, that proves how durable the thing is, not a dent on it. So
Yeah.
that's how good EPO foam is.
Well saved.
There's another one that will go into the highlights at the end.
That was nothing to do with playing. It was Ray's launching again.
Nothing to do with Ray's launching. Just right again.
I'm going to stand right next to Dom for this one because who's going to hit me?
Just gently into wind, Ray. Doesn't need a push.
It's lovely, easy. Perfect. Bingo.
Okay, so we're back from the field after having a lot of fun flying this Volantex RC Ranger, and we've flown it in some pretty windy conditions today, probably blowing about 15 to 20 miles an hour today, and it took all the knocks that we gave it. You saw I tumbled it on landing, and Ray's hand launch wasn't as good as we'd wanted, and I had to land it inverted, and it doesn't even have a dent. So yeah, really enjoyed flying it. Very resilient, very durable. It's a great FPV platform, as you've seen from the use of the RunCam 2 in the nose, or you could use it for proper FPV by mounting the transmitter and routing that through to the back of the fuselage into the canopy for all your equipment. Yeah, so it's a good all-round model for a beginner and for flying FPV, so please look it up on gearbest.com. If you're interested in more flight reviews, flight tests by Essential RC, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel using the button at the top of the page now, or join our Facebook group, and we do regular giveaways, so please look out for that. But thanks again for watching. Catch you soon.